Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty. I am back. It is game day. It is actually 5:53 as the Roar kickoff in 7 minutes time. Absolutely excited, nervous, so many feelings going on in this game, and I'm just so proud of the boys and the way that they've got to this position themselves. But it's a big 90 plus minutes, this one here, to hopefully go on and take on Melbourne City. So last night, Wellington Phoenix actually went down to Perth Glory 1-0. A Joel Chianese goal, and I think it was the 13th minute or so, secured Perth Glory a spot in the semi-finals to play against Sydney FC. So we do know who we're playing if we win today. We'll be playing Melbourne City at like 5 p.m. I think it is on Wednesday, which is a bit annoying because I finished work at 5, but I might miss the first 15-20 minutes. But that's okay. We are hopefully going to play against them, but obviously we've got the game up against Western United right now. So the team list, I'll pop it up here. Still, Bradyman apparently had a niggle, not starting, but on the bench. Apparently last week he had a niggle, and then they didn't play him for that. Hopefully he was right for this one. So Bradyman, apparently we'll see him off the bench today. Mazin Radovic drops off the bench, and so does Ramat Akbari. A very strong squad with Jamie Young, and then the same back five we basically had all season with Hingett, Neville, Aldred, Gillespie, Brown, and then in the midfield we got the two signings that we did make, Daddy Kim and Matthew Wright-Denson, and then at the top of the triangle we have Jay with Dylan and Scott McDonald up top. So very strong squad, but we are playing against a side that is fairly similar to us with the 3 at the back, or the 5 at the back. Best up Barish, obviously one of the best players in finals in high under A-League history. We're going to have to try to make sure we keep him quiet. Same with Diamanti, also Max Burgess as well. 3 quality players there that we have to try to keep quiet and keep it under control. I didn't think that Perth Glory were actually going to get up against Melbourne City, but it just says 4:30 is the pre-game for Wednesday. I'm just looking at the screen over here as it's coming on the broadcast, and then 5 o'clock is our kickoff, and then I think the other game starts at like 8 o'clock or something. So, obviously that's Sydney FC versus Perth Glory, but the winner of this game in Brisbane Roar and Western United, which hopefully will be Brisbane Roar, will play against Melbourne City, which will be a tough game because I said the toughest road for us to make the finals will be against Melbourne City or Western United, and looks like if we're going to make a grand final, we're going to have to come through both of them. So, like I said last video, to be the best, you've got to beat the best, and that's what we're going to have to do to get to the final. But in saying that, previewing today's game, Western United, their first ever finals game, there might be a bit of nerves for them, there might be a bit of inexperience there, but they have a lot of experienced players. And in saying that, I know they're going to be up for the game and try to make it to the grand final, win the whole thing in their first season, because it was an absolutely massive achievement for them to even get into the finals in their first season. So the fact that they're there, they're going to be a hard team to beat, and they're going to want to win it. So for us, though, we've had a good season. We're hard to beat. I think this game's going to be very close. There's only going to be maybe 1 goal in it, whether it goes to extra time or not at the start. At the end of this game, we don't know. I think it's probably going to be either a 2-1 victory to the Roar, or maybe a 1-1, and then in the extra time, possibly even going to penalties. I think it's going to be a very close game. I don't think there'll be too many goals in it, even though Western United seem to score a lot of goals and concede a lot of goals. We don't tend to score very many goals, but in saying that, if we have a game like we had against Melbourne City that time at Dolphin Stadium, then that was so many goals and so many emotions in that game. But I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Raw hopefully will just do it, but I'm sort of nervous that we won't. But in saying that, very excited, very keen for this game. Hopefully we do get the win. I'll come back to you at the end of the game, hopefully with the win. Hopefully very happy and reviewing the game. But in saying that, I'll also pop up just over here as well, so you can see the Western United sign up as well, because I forgot to mention that, but I mentioned a few names. So that's it over here. I'll leave it set up here for a few more seconds so you guys can have a look at it. But yeah, massive game for us. Massive, hopefully 3 points. Well, not even 3 points. It doesn't matter about 3 points anyway. But I'll just while I have this up there, I'll just quickly say it's been a really good weekend for me. I played in 2 teams. Both teams got the win, and also our main team, because I played in the reserve team, got the win as well. So let's hope we have another win here. The Broncos did go down, unfortunately, but in saying that, let's hope the Brisbane Roar get up here and hopefully versus Melbourne City on Wednesday night. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Let's go Brisbane. Woo! And we are back. Unfortunately, the Roar go down 1-0 to us, which is an unfortunate end to the season, especially that it was such a great season, and to go out on a note like that is a bit disappointing, especially when we had chances. Their goal came from a special moment in Alessandro Diamanti. Just a special man with special free kick abilities that put the ball in the top left-hand corner from I don't even know, like 25 yards out. It's disappointing to go out like that. I think we played alright in the game. Very end-to-end type style football from both teams. We definitely dominated up towards when the goal was scored. We dominated play, knocking the ball around really well. But end of the day, Western United defended really well. We had a few chances. Brad Inman, when he came on, hit the post. And yeah, at the end of the day, it just wasn't for us. And I mean, we should be very proud of the boys and how they performed this season. Compared to last season, obviously, it's a huge improvement. Definitely a good season for us. Like, just us making the finals was what I was hoping for, and we did it. Even though we didn't get past the first round, it's definitely like a good season for us. But next season, we should be aiming for, obviously, stay top 4, possibly top 2, making our way into possibly the semi-finals, if not the grand final. Like, we've got the squad to do it. I think there'll be a few changes here and there to the squad players that probably didn't get too much game time. Probably won't be sticking around unless they're on maybe a 2-year deal. But in saying that, like, there might be transfer fees coming in eventually, which may mean that we might be able to sell them off instead of just mutually releasing or having to pay them out. I guess we have to have someone else try to buy them for that to happen. But we'll go through the stats of the game anyway. So we have a look. I'll put them up just over here. So we had more of the ball, 55% possession. We had 5 corners to 0. We had definitely had a lot of chances in that type of range. But in saying that, we go to the other stats over here as well. The telling point is we didn't put enough shots on target, even though Western United actually put only a couple more on there. They ended up finding a special goal that found the back of the net and won them the game. I had a look at halftime. It was 6 shots we had, none of them on target. We had another 10 shots in the second half to make it to 16, and only 3 of them went on target. 2 very close opportunities, one with a Brad Inman hitting the post, and another one with Jay O'Shea that probably should have done a better finish when the ball got played to him, hit it straight down the throat of the keeper. But yeah, it was not the best game, but it wasn't a bad game. I think it was very even with both teams, and I think they were Melbourne City, I think, will do the job against them next week. They look like they dominated against them, and in the other game when they played them, I think just like last week. So I think they'll get the job done again. I think it will be Sydney FC that will knock out Perth Glory as well. I think even though Sydney's not been on a great run of form, neither has Perth. Sydney have got a very strong squad. They've got experience in the finals. They'll be up for this game, and I think it'll be between Sydney FC and Melbourne City. At the start of the season, I actually predicted Melbourne City to come first and Sydney FC to come second. For me, I think in games like that, Sydney FC will probably be the ones that will have more experience and more chance of winning. But in saying that, I love to see Melbourne City win it just for a different team to happen, for it to happen, and for Jamie McLaren, because I love Jamie McLaren. Obviously, I love Brisha as well. Come up against us this week here, so our greatest centre forward the Roars ever had. That chant that we have up there with Jamie McLaren as well. It'll be a battle of the strikers next week. Hopefully, Wednesday, yeah. So hopefully we see a few goals from them, and in a very exciting game there. So that game would have been at 5 o'clock if we were to play Melbourne City, because obviously Sydney FC will be playing Perth Glory as Perth Glory beat Wellington. So that will be played on the Wednesday at 8:10 p.m. Unless it goes to entry time and stuff. But I think that's already sorted out because it's 5 o'clock. But unfortunate turns for us to go out a 1-0 loss. But I'll just quickly go through. I actually was looking, and this might be me reading into something maybe too much, but at the end of the game on the broadcast, I saw them show the Brisbane Roar Host, and I saw them all clapping, and then Daniel Bowl shaking everyone's hands. So that might be something that, a bit of an insight that I might be ready into, but I might not be, that he might be possibly leaving. I know he's off contract. I mean, there's even talk, Scott Owen from the Brisbane Football Review was saying that he might be just retiring because, or like not playing professionally. He's got 2 cafes. I mean, he's out of contract with the Raw. He might just go play for an NPL team and then have his cafes. Who knows? But I think he might be one that goes. I did sort of mention the other day that I possibly some players that might go. For me, Max Croken possibly might leave if he wants to have starting football. Daniel Bowles, same thing. Aaron Reardon never got a sniff in the squad. He'll be gone, I'd say. What else? Remember Abari, also one of the ones that didn't get a sniff in at this season. Brad Inman, I think probably I wouldn't mind keeping him, but I think he's probably going to go. He's linked to India, so whether or not he goes there or not, but I don't think he'll be at the Raw next season. Who else we've got? We've got Danny Kim. I'd love to see us re-sign him. Jake McGing's almost guaranteed to go to Macarthur. And time this video comes out, he might have even been signed. George Melzer say he'd be gone. He never really got a sniff in the squad. I wouldn't mind keeping Matthew Redenton, but he may end up leaving. Aaron Amati Holloway, he might leave as well. Never really got a chance for game time. Bit injury prone, as well as being a foreign player. I don't know if the Roar want to keep him on the books if he's not in their starting lineup. And Jai Ingham, I mean, he's hardly ever got a chance to play. He came on today, didn't look too bad, but I don't think he'll look at staying. There was obviously that links to him, I think, going to the Philippines or wherever it was earlier on in the year, so whether or not he goes. But definitely we've got a good squad there of like 13 or so players to build around next season. A few more quality players coming into the team, possibly up front to help out Scott McDonald, possibly in the midfield as well. We need a bit more creativity in there, a few more chances at the back there, maybe an Oscar Dillon or a few NPL players coming through. I'd love to see a few more NPL players get brought into the team. Possibly some youth players get brought up into the starting squad, or not the starting squad, but in the squad anyway on scholarship deals. I think there's a few decent players that we might be able to see that happen. Obviously, when I said Crocombe possibly might be leaving, that's just me saying that. But I would love to see Macklin Freak get the number 2 role. But definitely a very good season for the Roar. I'm very proud of the boys and what they've achieved this season. They should be proud of themselves as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace. Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.